So Reform UK, this is to me the political story in the UK in 2025. Everyone's doing Nigel Farage. He's been around for a while, wasn't really doing much, cared about us leaving the EU so badly. We left the EU, bro didn't know what to do. Then he makes this whole Reform Party, which I think was called the Brexit Party before, correct me if I'm wrong. And the whole thing now is like, they still focus a lot on immigration, but there's also that social element, isn't it, which is similar to Trump, which was built on like the white man's been forgotten and this is our country. The UK is meant to be a white Christian country. We have all these people coming in here that are not that don't represent our views and values, and they're trying to basically make stuff worse. And the white people are being marginalized, so we have to kind of push back and fight for the forgotten white people. That's ostensibly the what's this? Oh, it's just a camera. That's ostensibly the appeal of reform. So you can see that you can't really extricate the social commentary of reform. Like, what does it say about British culture in 2025? Where we are with that. There are a lot of people that agree with that and say yes, this is true. There's people that say actually it's more nuanced. Then you have stuff like people like the Green Party coming in, because a lot of people are like, actually we need an alternative to the two parties that's more positive. So already we actually have from a political angle, the fracturing of the whole two-party system, that we're actually moving to like a multi-party system, which to me I love, because it's more democratic to have multiple parties and different ideas, even if some of them are going to be people like Reform that I completely disagree with, because that allows us to have this rise of people like the Greens that I do have some more agreement with, not a huge amount, but some more agreement with. What does that say about the cultural moment we're in 2025? Like, if you had to put a finger on the pulse of where we are, like if you have a child and 20 years from now they're asking you like, what was Britain like culturally in 2025? You can't mention that or give them a summary around that without talking about reform, because they are the socio-political movement, in 2025. And they've been able to make a lot of strides, not only politically, but in able to shift the conversation. Like, there are conversations happening now online. There are popular political commentators now that are literally racist. That's a fact. Like, they don't hide their racism. People like Matt Goodwin and Sophie Corcoran or something like that. Not the whole GB News, but there are people on GB News as well. Like, is it Mike Graham or whatever his name is? They're literally openly racist. To me, this couldn't happen without reform. In a world where reform didn't emerge in 2025, we couldn't have people being platformed by the BBC that are literally openly racist. Like, they say openly racist stuff. And in 2025, our political discourse, really social discourse, has got to the point where being racist online is kind of acceptable. That's something we can't not talk about. To me, like, that's a massive shift in our country and where we are right now. So